All right, welcome back to the podcast, everyone, where we hope you're ready to have some big fun. I'm your cadet, and with me, as always, is my amazing digital pal, Garrett.
Hi!
Hello, and we are back, and yes, we are refreshed from our annual Tahoe trip.
Yes.
Yes, it was quite an adventure. Only 10 days. Seemed like longer, but felt shorter, and already I miss the sweet, sweet nectar of Dutch Bros.
Is that what you miss the most? Is Dutch Bros?
Yes. Yeah, you know
Okay.
what? I love you, miss you every day, but goddamn, if I had a Dutch Bros right now.
I'm gonna say this. When I first picked you up, the first thing we did was go get Dutch Bros. We got a little lost after that because my head was all over the place that morning, but the first thing we did was go get in that Dutch Bros line.
Yeah, that's kind of became a tradition we always do, is first thing we do is get Dutch Bros.
It's great. I love it. It's so awesome.
There's no addiction here or anything. No.
No, of course not.
No.
Never.
But yes, Tahoe, the big T. That was pretty amazing. Kind of a milestone as well, since that's the last time that we stay at our cabin we usually stay at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but it is what it is. While we went around Tahoe, I mean, we found some great places to stay for next time, so...
We did. Now we must be actual adults and actually pay to stay somewhere on vacation, which...
Yeah.
It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, awesome. Oh my god.
It sounds the most spoiled out of us too. I've gotten so used to getting like breakfast every day. Like, I don't get that here.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be kind of sad. We're gonna wake up and be like, breakfast? Breakfast?
Breakfast? Well, we could always go visit that side.
Right. What do you mean there's no toast here? I mean, they probably do have breakfast, but I mean, it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, it'll never be the same as. Oh my god. And then there's like one thing you're really mad about our trip.
Okay. Before you even start that, we're coming up on our 10th year as best friends, and It's all about to go down the drain because of Garrett. Just want to throw that out there. This may be the last episode, just to let everyone know.
No, come on. Hey, it's not my fault.
I kind of think it is. I think you kind of set something up before I flew down there.
Okay. So, for context, one of the things that was on our bucket list was to see bears. And while we were there, we saw no bears. Not a single one. And then right after, like, she left, it was bear fucking heaven. Bears everywhere.
Not even a day went by, and I get shit from you. And also, I don't know what got me to do it. I just go on Facebook randomly because I saw some family members that use it, so I have it. All of a sudden, first thing on my feed, black bear spotted in Tahoe City. First of all, F you, Tiffany. I know there's black bears, but I didn't get to see them.
Oh my god. Oh, we have we have a bear right now that's tagged, and he's wandering around. He's great. Love him. We have a mama and her cubs now. We got a couple adults, some younger ones wandering around, breaking into cars.
Alright, you know what? You can piss off because you don't even deserve those bears.
I will say the first day that we were there, or maybe it was the second, I'm not too sure. More context. I just got a new car. I'm still learning how to work with it, how to use it. What I didn't realize was that I have to press the button twice to lock my car. I have to hear the honk for it to be completely locked. Didn't know that. So when I woke up the next day, I get a text from my grandmother that says, "You need to come upstairs. I need to show you something." It's a photo of my car wide open. A bear got into it. Didn't damage it, but certainly got in it and left the door open.
That's even worse than not seeing a bear because it was right there. I saw the paw prints. It left bear droppings on my side of the car where I get in. That bear basically gave me the biggest middle claw ever. And I bet you it's that tagged bear.
Yeah, you know what? He's been some trouble. He broke into one of the workers' cars, and I think he broke something in his car. He keeps, there was I think it was the same one. He got into another car, and they were also working on our house, and they were, like, down below, and he got into their car and got a hold of some lunch. Poor guy is so hungry, but he's breaking into people's cars. And I want to say that it's probably him.
Yeah, I know
He's
it's
been
him.
hanging around.
I know it's him. Who would have known that that's what would end our friendship after 10 years?
A bear.
A bear. Man.
And what did I say? I said, I'm going to tell you every time I see a bear. To be fair, I didn't see the mama and the cubs. The neighbors did, who, unfortunately, this is going to get kind of serious. For anyone who's traveling to Tahoe and has pets, keep them on leash. Your dog, when they see a bear for the first time, is not going to come back to you. The neighbor let her dog off leash to go potty out in front and then just come back, but a mama bear and her cubs walked by at the same time, and he ran up and chased the mama bear and her cubs up the hill, and they found him fighting the mama bear. Do not let your dogs just run around. They're going to get hurt. There's coyotes, there's wildlife. Do not let your pets chase the wildlife. It gets dangerous. You don't want your pets to get hurt or lost or even worse, sick and injured.
What are you, Smokey the Bear? What is this PSA what's happening right now?
So I know, but it happens so often. It really does. People just like let their pets wander, and then if their dog or other animal doesn't have great recall, the bears are gonna hurt their pets. And it's awful. I know it's a weird PSA, but like, don't do it, please.
That's for all you tourists out there.
Yeah. Like, for the most part, I've been living up there for like half the year. You know?
Mm-hmm. And I've been there so many times that I don't even say I'm visiting. I just say I'm going to my summer home. So.
Yeah, like at this point, like, it's just respect for the wildlife, but I don't, and even then, no one expects their dog to run out after a bear. You want your pet to be safe, but we also want the bears to be safe.
Yeah.
And not attacked by a dog.
Man, screw something. Your dog. I'm trying to save the bears. I'm like the Lorax, but I speak for the bears.
Like those poor cubs were up in the tree, like hiding, and the mom's like, "Get out of here!" Like,
well, I also think that even people that live there, they kind of forget sometimes that that's you're in the woods. Like you may own property there, but you're still in the woods. Like there's wildlife there. Like yeah. You can say my name's on this land, but that means shit to the bear.
Yeah. I found out recently that not a lot of people know that bears can open doors. I was like, really? You didn't? They have hands, you know?
Can you imagine if they had thumbs?
I know. But they're smart enough to open up doors. And we had a situation with another neighbor who, I think this was last year. She was just sitting in her living room, and suddenly a bear just walked into her house and was like, "What's up?" and started opening her fridge and getting into it.
That should have been me.
Like, the bears do not care, and they're smart, and they will get into anything, and they panic when they can't get out.
Okay, also, while we're on the subject of me being mad at you and our friendship ending,
what?
You did another thing on this trip. You made me watch 2 things that made me feel like I've been betrayed by someone I loved.
I feel like I made you watch multiple things, but
okay. What is that
2
movie
things
called?
in particular. Swap.
Okay, Swap. The biggest plot twist in the past 20 years, and I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna die on the cross for that. That movie, I'm not gonna say anything, but I am gonna say something.
Yeah.
I got gaslit by a fish. I got boogled hard. The amount... Sorry. Spoiler. I'm sorry. I should have said that before. The amount of times we had to re-watch that scene and just kept repeating it because I couldn't process what was happening. So now every time something like that happens, or we feel betrayed, or like, something bad, we always say, I've been boogled.
Yeah.
So not only did you boogle me once, you made me watch 2 shows on YouTube that have basically no ending. Cliffhangers. They don't continue. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Rant. I need to get in a rant. Okay. I don't know how long people have been on YouTube, but I've been around a long time. So have you. But I've never seen these 2 animated shows. And I was a big animation kid, especially on YouTube.
Yeah.
I had never watched, what is it, My Pride before?
Yeah, My Pride.
So, first of all, made me watch that. I was into it. I was getting into it. It's not finished. It's not completed. The artist never came back. She gave up. Where's the ending? Where's the season 2? You cannot have a good storyline and then cut it off.
Yeah.
There's that. You got me into that show. Oh, but I can't get satisfied from it. Okay. Move on to the next show. What's that one called?
Oh gosh. It wasn't... Well, that one was finished, but it was long.
I don't even feel bad that your audio is cutting off either. Maybe this is for the best. Maybe this is about to be a solo podcast of why my friendship ended with Garrett. I don't know. It was some cat show. I don't know. But I can't understand what you're saying, so I'm gonna go on a rant. Yeah, it was an old cat show. What was that show's name? Because now I'm upset.
Ooh, I think it was The Lost Hope.
You know why? That's a good name, because my hope was lost, because there's no continuation.
No, that one finished. But it doesn't continue after.
Exactly, that's my point. You don't get to just start a sequel or prequel or whatever, and then just like, no, we're fine, we're okay.
She started a reboot, but the story is completely different. It's all the same characters, but it's a different story, and it's so weird. They were like, basically everything you knew about Lost Hope, throw it out. Like, this is different.
No, you know what?
Like, great.
No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Of course you're defending this shit. Of course you are.
I grew up on that, and that was great. I loved that show.
No wonder you had a sad childhood then, because I would too if my hope was lost.
You know what? You watched it with me the whole time. We paused the finale, and then we sat there and watched. You know what? Fuck you.
You know what? Because guess what? I got boogled throughout that show too. And I got boogled by you. And I got boogled by the creator. And I got boogled by YouTube.
You literally, every time I say, oh, we should watch this, you're like, no.
I literally, at one point, just straight up said no.
Like, crazy ass plot twist.
I almost didn't even let you put Iron Lung on because I was ready to get boogled by that one too. The worst part is too, that would be what we'd end our night on, so I would have to go to bed pissed off. Sulking in my bed, looking up at the ceiling, hoping I'd see some kind of finale going through. Nope, nothing. No.
Oh my god! You gotta admit, though, they were great. It was just that, I think My Pride was the worst one because it was never finished. And I will say, I warned you ahead of time that it wasn't finished, but it was so good that we had to watch it.
Yeah, but sometimes, your friend's like, oh, I have to warn you. Like, nah, we're fine. We're okay. You barely gave me a heads up. You just said, oh, just to let you know, it's not finished. Ugh. You didn't prepare me for the good story, good character arcs, the potential it could have gone through, the plot twist in the story that we don't get to hear continued.
Yeah. There was another one I was going to make you watch, and it was this other one that we had watched before, which was 12. And 12 was finished. 12
and then
finished.
I said, fuck you, because I don't trust you anymore.
Yeah, but we had already watched 12 together in the past. But there was a second one, like a almost like another reboot, where they kind of revisit it. And there's like a new story. And a continuation of 12. But she also doesn't finish that one. And I just figured because it just wasn't worth watching with how not finished it was. At least My Pride, even though it wasn't finished, the story in it, it was good enough to watch even if it wasn't finished. The second one for 12, no offense to the person who was, making that series, because I applaud them. They did great. It was awesome, but it was really not finished.
See, I feel like you're trying to Google me right now, and it's not gonna work.
No,
I see past the facade.
They didn't finish it so bad that they only posted the storyboards with no audio, and some of the characters didn't even have voice acting. The only one that had voice acting, I think, was Imp. And it was so bad. I was like, oh my god, I can't. There's no color. It's straight outlines and circles. And I'm like, oh my god, I can't. I couldn't watch the ending because nothing had been finished. And this was years ago. So I don't know if they ever did anything with it other than that. But
I think one thing we can agree on that we both got boogled from are the Crane games. Our Crane game nightmares.
Oh my god. Okay, wait. Before we talk about that, I want to just discuss that entire fucking day. Okay? Not just the Crane games, when we came home, but the Crane game at the fucking mini golf course.
Oh, okay,
and
yeah.
I want to specifically talk about that day, because that day was my living nightmare on its own. We got up early, and that was great. We went to Fire Sign, this little cafe, and love Fire Sign. You should go. Awesome. Nummy. Don't know why I said that.
Don't be giving away our spots. Wait, hold on. I didn't sign off on this. Don't go. They spit in your food. They spit in your food.
It was so good. Delicious. And literally have gone multiple times since then because it was that good. And ordered the exact same thing. We then proceeded to both of us had never been to North Shore. At least not that we could remember. So we took the drive all the way around North Shore, all the way to, I guess, a little bit of East Shore.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was nice. And our first stop, though, was Carnelian Bay. And in Carnelian Bay, we were so amazed. There was one of those boats out in not a boat, plane that take off in the water. Great.
Yeah.
I was so blown away. And it was awesome up until we started taking photos, and you took mine first, and that was very nice of you. Thank you so much. And then I then got a little bit overzealous about my jumping ability.
Well, first of all, you have
And
to set the stage of what's around us, because
yeah. So around us, we have the beach. We've got people surrounding us, like, you know, people are getting in the water and like hanging out. And then there's like a row of big, I guess they're boulders, but like small enough that we could step up onto them, kind of lining the grass area, because there's like this little grassy portion. And we're getting on top of one of these rocks and taking pictures from above to get like a better view. In the process of this, like I said, I got a little bit overzealous with the jumping ability for these rocks. I thought that it was going to be small enough for me to just jump on top. I was so hyped. I took my camera and then I gave myself a little start and I went to jump up. Only the tip of my foot made it. And it slipped out from underneath me and I knew I was going down, so I tried to brace myself with my right hand. That was mistake number 2. I then landed on my hand, and at first I felt little to no pain. Like, it kind of hurt when I moved my pinky and like whatever. It wasn't that big of a deal when it happened, you know? But when I fell, everybody looked at me. Even the fucking dog on the beach looked at me and was like, the
well,
fuck?
it doesn't help that you made the noise like, whoa.
I went, whoa! And so everybody heard me go down, had to look, and was like, oh shit. Like, I'm sorry. And, you know, I thought I would be fine. So we continued on with our day. I think from there we went just on a really long drive, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we basically listened to like soundtracks from like Baby No Money and Heather's the Musical. Like, it was a very odd.
Oh, and Some Life is Strange. Like, it was a weird
Yes.
combination. We were listening to what I like to call my ADHD playlist. And it's every song I have ever listened to in the past couple of years, including a playlist I made in there called Tahoe Hose, which is when I got so bored at my job that I made a playlist of all the songs that they played. I literally did nothing at my job. My whole job was to just stand there and listen to the music and like sit people, and nobody really ever came into our restaurant. It was so bad. But my point is that when we went up, we saw some like cool signs and we stopped and we took some photos. Everything was going good. My hand hurts a little bit. No big deal.
We're still kind of laughing about it. We're playing it in our head, like,
like, haha, that's so funny. It wouldn't be a Tahoe trip if I didn't get injured. Because last year, there was a moment where I was also taking. It's always when I'm taking fucking pictures.
But the worst part is you were on a flat surface.
Yeah, well, not really, because last time I was on the other side of the street. And I was taking a picture of you in front of this sign that said Swift something. I don't remember what it was. And it was really cool. It was a cute little place. I think it's like an inn. Or like a brewery. I can't remember right now. It's not coming to me. But I backed up. And they had just done like some construction on that side of the road. So it was kind of raised up the curb. I wasn't expecting it to be so raised up. So when I backed up, it was at such a high level, my ankle gave out and I fell backwards on the ground.
No, the best part is a car went by the exact moment you fell. So when I looked back over, I'm like, oh, standing, not standing, standing, not standing. What the heck happened in that 1 second?
Like I was on the fucking ground.
You were on the ground for a few seconds. Because at first I'm like, are you doing a bit? Like, what's happening?
You thought I was being funny, but I'm like laughing because I just fucking fell down. And you're like, did you actually fall? And I'm like, yes. My ankle hurt so bad. Oh my god. But it wasn't as bad as what I'm about to describe. And anyways, for this trip, we just kind of continued on. Because this was just my hand. I could actually do things with my hands, you know? And I think we went to a gift shop. We went to the Nevada side for a little bit. Came back. We got ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of noticed that I was struggling a little bit to eat the ice cream. Like my hand really hurt around my wrist.
I mean, you were struggling to do the most basic thing, like make like a C shape to like hold something and like put your hand on the steering wheel.
Yeah, I was like, that kind of sucks. Oh well, it'll probably be fine when I ice it later. This is the worst it's gonna get, right? Wrong. So we went and we started heading back, and then we came across this mini golf place. This is kind of where everything goes downhill. But also love that mini golf place, would absolutely do it again. We didn't know whether we really wanted to do it. So we pulled out what I like to call the Wheel of Fate. And it's basically just a spin the wheel app that said yes or no on it. And I said, this is going to determine whether we go in or not. Yes if we go in, no if we don't. And so I spun it and it said yes. So we went in and we played mini golf, and it was like, what? It was supposed to be 17 holes or something.
I thought it was supposed to be like 18. We get in there, it's like what, 9?
It was one off. It was one hole off. And we were like, where's the other hole? It was inside, and it was one of those fucking gambling machines that if you got like one row, you could go out and do another free golf game of your choosing of whatever course you wanted. And it was bullshit because it was rigged for sure. We both lost.
We got boogled again.
Yeah. And then we went to go play the crane games, and I didn't have any cash on me. So I went to the ATM. The ATM's a fucking scam. The least amount you could pull out was $20. And so I had to put $20 in the coin machine. So we spent $20 trying to get one thing out of that stupid claw machine. And we got it, but right as we had already run out of coins. We were on our last turn when we got it. So I did eventually find like a dollar bill in my pocket or like in my wallet, and then we used that to play a pinball game once. But we spent $20 on their little rigged game. I even tried to get the candy one that they had, and that didn't even fucking do shit.
Everyone always wins at that one, but you didn't. I turned around for 1 second, and I just see all these coins coming out like you won at Vegas. I'm like, how much did you get? And you're like, 20. And I'm like, what? You really think we need all that? Like, you're walking around like a pirate over here with all these coins in your pocket?
I walked. I jingled.
We spent a good, 10 minutes at that claw machine getting this stupid goat. And then we go to the pinball machine, and of course, the one machine I pick, the left button doesn't work. So I'm only working with the right side. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot that your right side didn't work.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not happening. It's one of those places where you can tell it's been open since like the very beginning.
Yeah.
And the only workers there, very, very sweet. very, very sweet older men, but you can tell they just don't care. Like, we saw the worker once and then he walked off. I don't even know if he came back.
No,
He's
I don't
probably
think
still
they
walking the
did.
street. I don't know.
Oh my god.
And then
it was so bad.
but it's
And
not as
so,
bad as the crane games at the actual
yeah,
crane game
which
place. Like,
we'll get to that, but that that day was great. I loved that day. But then getting in the car after, I realized how bad I messed up. I messed up bad. Like, I got into the car and realized that I could barely move my hand. And, like, I couldn't twist it. I couldn't do anything. I had it sat in my lap, limp, while I drove. Every turn, everything just sent shooting pain up through my entire arm. It sucked. I was like, what the fuck did I do to it? And I was struggling. I couldn't pick up water. I couldn't, like, do anything. And even now, I still am struggling with my hand to do basic things because I think I fractured it when I fell on it.
you probably did. Knowing your look, it's probably fractured.
Because it's been almost a month now since I fell on it. And it still hurts like when it first happened. That's a problem. Like,
Yeah, that's not normal.
I work with animals, so this is like an issue, you know? But I'm hoping that eventually it'll heal up, but I definitely fractured it a little bit. Which sucked, but it's not a Tahoe trip if I don't get injured. So,
I think you're only gonna elevate from here on out. I feel like every trip you're gonna one up yourself.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Next year I'm gonna break something. Let's just hope it's not my foot or my hand. You know?
I mean, let's just hope we can get some money out of it, you know? Like, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But next time, at least try to fall at the mini golf course, please.
I'm gonna give you a heads up. They probably don't have money. They probably don't.
No, they probably don't. I wouldn't sue them. They're great. They're lovely. Maybe I fall at, like, God knows where, like a casino. They have money.
Yeah, casino. It has money. Who would have known?
Anyways, I think I loved our trip. But when we came back, the first thing we did was go down and do those other crane games.
I don't know what happened.
I know that
last year
we did so
we
good.
were killing it. I was clearing things out left and right. This year, I walked out a loser. Like, I don't know if you've seen that SpongeBob episode with the crane game where Squidward's trying to get it. It's just like, loser! That's how I felt.
I think it was because we stuck to a lot of the big ones. I won't say the company. And I won't say who gave me this information because I don't want to get them fired.
Yeah, we have a mole on the inside.
Yeah, we do. The big ones are rigged on purpose. The company itself prides itself on every game. It's not rigged. We promise you that. And they tell you that. I can't say I've worked there before. Again, I won't say the company. Love them. They're great. They tell you that they're not rigged. But then the people who actually work the crane games, they tell them that they are rigged. But they're not allowed to tell people that. And
well, it's like a universal thing everyone knows. I'm sorry, like, crane games aren't rigged, but everyone knows they're rigged. Like, it's kind of known at this point. You're not supposed to be guaranteed a win every time. Like, this is not Japan where you can go sumimasen every. Like, I was there, and I could tell workers were trying to avoid my eye on purpose. I would stare at someone, and they would just walk the other way. And I was just like, "Sumimasen, please help me." Nope, nothing.
It was so bad. But the little ones are the easiest to get stuff out of. And sometimes the medium ones, but the larger you go and the more complicated, the harder it's going to be to win anything. And you're going to kind of waste your money going in doing all these big ones. Now, last time we were here, we managed to get, I think, 2 big ones. I can't remember. And they're so cute. I have mine sitting up on my shelf with all my other stuffed animals that I won that time.
Yeah, last year we got the I think is it a possum or skunk I got you?
It was a possum, yeah.
A possum. I got that I think it's a cuttlefish or a sea slug, something.
Yeah.
And then I got 3 small ones. I think you also got 3 small ones because we have 2 matching keychains.
Yeah, we do. I think we got at least 3 or 4 small ones.
Yeah,
and one of them we got from a different store. So
yeah, we cleaned house last time, but this time we walked out with what, 2 things?
Yeah, and that was it. That was
all you. That was all you.
Actually, I think we walked out with 3 things. I gave you something, and then I took one, and then the other one I put up on my dashboard.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because I gave you the bat, remember?
Yeah. We walked out with 3 small items, which you would think, that's not bad. But when you look at how much money we spent to get those 3 things, we probably could have bought them at a store for cheaper.
I could have bought, like, at least, I think, 10 plushies of big size for what I paid for 2 rounds of games, which was at least $80 and $90. I spent a lot of money at the Korean games. Sorry, I just almost spilled my drink.
Yeah, I probably could have bought a decent anime figure with how much I spent, but yeah, you definitely spent more than me. But I was also kind of egging you on, like, spend more, do more.
Let's do more. We gotta get the big ones, and then we didn't win any big ones. We were so focused on the big ones this time. I think before we were smart enough to at least go and do the small ones. But then we got so focused this time because we had the big ones. We're like, no, we can do more this time. So we really only focused on the big ones, and we kept trying to get the ones that just would drop as soon as they would get up in the air.
Yeah, and you're right. You could say, like, well, yeah, you're going for the bigger ones. The bigger ones are, like, trickier, and you're set up to kind of fail. But last time, and you can correct me, I feel like we were doing great on the big ones.
We were. Somehow we had some sort of trick that we could do with those big ones, but I don't remember how we did it. But again, we did more small ones last time than we did the big ones. We played it safe last time.
And
this time we went all out.
I'm gonna risk sounding like a sore loser. I definitely do think it's how they're placed. Yeah. And how sometimes if they are in a certain position, there's no one there to help you. Like, yes, there's people walking around, but sometimes they're like, oh, we can't really help you. Or like, oh, yeah, I can reset that for you. But even when they reset it, they put it all the way back to square one for you. Like, I'm not asking you to like, put it halfway in the slot. But if I'm asking you for help, it's for a reason. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I just suck now. I don't know.
No, I think it's just how it is. Maybe the crane games have gotten more rigged lately.
I mean, maybe they saw how good we did last time on the comms and like, nope, can't have that.
You know what? Here's another thing that I was thinking. Last time we did it first thing when you came in. Like we went and got in our hotel room, and then from there we went to do whatever. But I think that next time we do it again first thing when you get in, instead of doing it after we've driven 2 hours and we're tired and we're hungry and we're hot because it's warm. Like we were all over the place, and I think we were just so focused on doing it that, you know, we just didn't have the time to really enjoy it. We were so focused on packing everything together, you know. I don't know.
I'm gonna start trading now though, because I think one just opened up by me, like a different
Really?
company. But yeah, so I'm gonna start trading there.
Oh my god. It's nice to have it, but I try not to go because I think it fuels my issues here. Because I have a problem with gambling. I make stupid bets and I
This is
play
true.
stupid games and win really dumb prizes. And I don't trust myself on some things, you know?
Mm-mm.
That's why when we played the crane games last time, I had more faith in you to do the bigger ones than I had in myself to do the big ones. But when I realized that we were working against something we weren't going to be able to solve, I was like, we should do the small ones.
Yeah.
But we were so, I think, focused on trying to get the big ones this time. It just kind of fucked us over. And like, along with our situation, which was we just drove hours, came home, unpacked everything, and then went straight down there. Like, it was, we didn't spare any time.
No, we didn't.
And it was a lot. So maybe next time we take our time, do it, we go get Dutch Bros and then go and do it when you get in.
Yeah.
Instead of going after we're tired.
I will say though, there was one thing that we were kind of spoiled with, and it wasn't a lose-lose situation. Drum roll, please. Da 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 da! We went to go see the Amazing Digital Circus finale in the theaters.
Yes.
So obviously, if you haven't seen it, spoiler. There's gonna be a lot of spoilers talked about. It feels kind of bittersweet, I guess, that the series has come to a close.
Yeah.
It almost feels a bit unreal. Like we're kind of getting teased. Like it's the end. Is it? Like, is it? Are we sure? I know a lot of people keep saying because it says season 1, that's hinting to like, oh, there's gonna be more stuff. I know a lot of people are like, the ending was set up for them to do like little mini animations or like a mini series, but I kind of think it stopped at a good place.
Yeah.
I feel like if it continues with something, I feel like it's just kind of getting milked at that point.
Yeah. I think the show itself, it was great. I think a miniseries would be cute. But I think that it ended on a great note.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little sad. There are a few things I could say, like I wish Zubul had a little bit more screen time. Overall, she had the least next to Gangle.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could have explored a little bit more on Zubul and her. I mean, she had obviously a little bit of screen time in that one episode where she halfway mentioned that she had body dysmorphia. I wish that we had explored that a little bit more, like we did with that episode with Gangle, where they talk about, you know, kind of allude to her depression and
Yeah,
the
like when she worked
stress.
at the fast food
Yeah,
place.
the manic episode that she went into, that's what that kind of was. Like, I wish that we had done that, but the direction that it went, I would say overall, I was so impressed. I just want to say this. When we came back, or sorry, I'm going to start from the beginning. Yeah, I don't want to get myself mixed up here. Before we booked the trip, I made sure that we had the date set, and I said, okay. And I went ahead and I found our closest theater to where we are, and I booked the tickets. I knew that this theater, nobody really knows about it. It's really kind of quiet. It's not the best theater in the world, you know. It doesn't have like the cute little tray tables or, you know, reclining seats. Kind of. I mean, it does a little bit, but not really.
It's not like the old school, like it's like where it's like the felt seats, but there's no like
Yeah,
a recline. You have to put your seat down manually to like sit in it. It's
yeah,
kind of like feels like those tight airplane seats, kind of like.
yeah. Like it was made to pack. It's a Regal theater. Like it, you know, the older Regals, I think, are kind of just like that. I'm not too
Mhm.
sure. Don't quote me on that. Um,
It was kind of comforting though in this setting because it
yeah,
was such an intimate viewing experience. Because there was more people than I thought there'd be, but I think
yeah,
there were more people in groups than there was like
yeah,
one person that was by themselves, but
yeah.
it was
And
very nice.
it was not like to be honest, I was expecting less people too, just because this theater is literally behind everything. You barely see it from the road. Like, you would never know it's there. In fact, I've lived in California almost all my life. And I have been living in my particular area for coming up in a few months on a year. I didn't even know it was there. I had to look it up and I'm like, we have a theater in Auburn? I didn't think we had that. Spoiler, that's where I live, I guess. I just kind of talked myself there.
You
That's
just doxed
okay.
yourself. You just
You know what?
doxed.
Can we bleep that out? Oh my god, it's okay. No one's gonna know exactly where I live in Auburn, but
No, could
Auburn
also be a
is,
lie.
yeah. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm lying about the tiny little town that I live in. Um, it's a cute little area. It's nice. Um, but the theater is not really that well known. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and try and um gatekeep the theater, but it's cute. It's cute. It's quiet. And when I went and saw Iron Lung, it was me, three other people. That was it. And then when I went and saw the movie Goat, it was me and two other people. So what I was expecting coming into this was like maybe you and me and like two groups at most. That was what it looked like when the last time I checked. But there were quite a few groups of people. And
They were a lot of people.
yeah, there were a lot of people, but it wasn't like a packed theater. It was, you know, we had two people behind us who, by the way, cried their eyes out. Love them.
Hmm.
Oh my god. They were kind of dressed up in like actual merch and everything. Like they were like all out.
Oh yeah.
And that was really cool. Um there was a group of people next to us. There was these three kids, these three boys, um, like down below us, and then there was another group kind of a few rows ahead, and then all the way down at the bottom there was another group. It was a great showing, and it had a medium amount of people. Like, it wasn't a lot, but it was enough that I was like, whoa, there's a lot more people here than I expected. Um, like, I had seen other showings where it was a packed theater. Everyone was there. And to my knowledge, that this was like the last showing
I think it
that they
was.
did, for our theater in particular. So, I managed to get us tickets for the last showing. Um, and we got in there. It was really cute. This is kind of where I'm going to start spoiling things. I'm so sorry.
Well, before you do that, on a very maybe an
Oh,
hour
yeah.
last minute thing, we made bingo cards.
Oh, yes! Our bingo cards! Oh my god.
Yeah, so
Look at
that was
them.
actually really fun to do. I don't even know what made us think to do it, but we kind of crossed everything out after it because I think we were so captivated in the actual episode, even the recap, to like look down the bingo card. Like,
Yeah, and even then, it was hard to see. We didn't like have trade tables, so there was no way we could have done it then.
yeah.
But it was so captivating that we just, didn't have time to really do it. But I think that the how we came up with it was we had been sitting at home and I was making a list on my phone of all the things I thought would happen. And then I think we kind of just thought about it. We're like, what if we like made a bingo card?
Mm-hmm.
And so I printed out 2 bingo cards for us to fill out with everything that we thought would happen. We had the exact same bingo card. And I don't know, do you have a picture of our finished ones?
Not on me.
Okay.
But
No, that's okay.
I can already say we had a bingo. It's is it left or right?
So I remember it. So we had No One Leaves the Circus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, let me start it from the top. We had Jax Abstracts, No One Leaves the Circus. I can't remember if we put down. We said Frogget. We couldn't remember her name. If it was Ribbit or Frogget, it was Ribbit.
Yeah.
Whoops. Brain scans of people. We find out who they are. Kane returns. And then I think we had our little middle one there.
Yeah, so the actual bingo was No One Leaves, we find out their identity, the star, Kinga regains memories, and Ragatha loses it was the actual bingo.
Yeah. Which love. It was great. So our bingo cards, that was like so cute. We took pictures and everything. Like
We
it
did.
was awesome. But the we had a lot of different things that we were gonna put down that I should have put down.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think one of them was like one of the ships becomes canon, and I was going off of what Gooseworks said, which was that none of the ships were making it in the show. And then a whole bunch of them suddenly became canon in the last episode. Like, what the fuck? Like, we had, the main one, obviously Zubul and Gangle, or, I don't actually know their ship name, but I've heard people call it Google.
You got
so
Mooble.
So we have Gangle and Zubul. That's official. You see it in the credits.
Mm-hmm.
You also see it in one of the scenes. I don't know if you ever noticed this, but when they're going through, also spoilers. Sorry, spoilers. There's a scene where when they're opening up the doors, they're looking at what would happen if, or how Jax would react, I guess, depending on who abstracted. Mm-hmm. And it's all dramatized and like goofy. And there's one where if Gangle abstracts, like Zubul comes after him in a Looney Tunes style manner. And she pops out, she goes, "You killed the only person I ever loved." But if you look at her chest, instead of the like the little badge she usually wears, it's a notepad that has a heart that says Z plus G for Zubel and Gangle.
Uh-huh. So I
And
think it's
I
pretty safe to confirm that's an actual.
Yeah, and there's a part in the credits where Ragatha is walking with a box in her hands past their door, and there's like little hearts coming out. And she walks by, and her face is really red, and she's just running away. So we all
Yeah,
know what was happening in that
yeah, I
one.
think it's implied
But
that she stumbled and heard something that maybe she wasn't supposed to hear.
so that one was great. And then the other major one, which I guess we should have fucking saw coming, because it's in the first goddamn episode where Kane is showing Pomni around, and suddenly the moon's like, "Hey Kane, I love you," and
Your moon
and he's like,
impression.
"Oh, we gotta leave before the moon gets frisky." Like, he dips, but in the last episode, again, spoilers, she says, "I love you, Kane." And he looks up at her and is like, "I never programmed you to say that you love me." And she goes, "I know." Which fucking hit so hard. Oh my god.
Especially in that moment where he knew that no one liked him, and there's just one person that's been consistent, like, I love you.
Yeah, and it's the moon. And so I want to say that their ship name, I think it's called Bluetooth. Crazy work. But Bluetooth is canon. I think those are the two major ones that I would say are canon.
Can we talk
but
about the most craziest one?
what's
You
that?
remember the door Pomni goes through, and it's Zubul who's abstracted, and Gangle's suddenly like a leader, and Jax
Yeah.
is there in a maid uniform and gives her the key to his room for some fun time after the funeral?
Yeah, and she's like, "I hate you." And he's like, "Oh no, come on, here's my key to my room." And she's like kind of embarrassed, and they're like, get back to work. Also, I think I misgendered Zubul. Sorry. Oh my god. It was so crazy. That scene, it was definitely fan service, and I keep hearing different things about that scene, which is nuts. They were like, "Oh, it's a Netflix exclusive scene," but you know what? I watched the one on YouTube, and it's still there, so nobody can tell me that it was an exclusive. I saw it. Okay.
My eyes knew what they saw.
I know that it was kind of it wasn't real. It's meant to be like he is just fucking with Gangle, because Gangle is like one of those anime girls that draws all those ships, there's like a whole running joke within the show where it's like Jax knows something about some sort of anime figure that Gangle has shoved somewhere, and I guess that's what I'm guessing is happening. I don't know what's implied in that, but it's definitely gone somewhere, and I don't think I want to know where it is. But he definitely likes to fuck with Gangle in that manner, so that doesn't surprise me that he did that to her.
I just wasn't expecting Jax to be flirting with. Yeah.
It definitely was like mean flirting. It wasn't like real flirting. It was, fuck you. Like, I'm doing this to mess with you in your head.
I don't know. I mean, when he gave that key away, it was kind of like, I'll see you after.
Yeah, but also, I've had it. I don't want to say this has happened to me, but like, it has. They'll come up to, like, people. This was in high school, especially. People who thought I was really ugly thought it was really funny to fake ask me out. And were expecting me to like call them and say, "Oh wow, that's so that they could make fun of me with all their friends." But it's like that scene out of Heathers, straight out of fucking Heathers, where in the movie, not the musical, the movie, where the Heathers and Veronica write a fake note from Ram and give it and like slip it to Martha. And Martha reads it and goes up to Ram and he thinks it's fucking hilarious. And like basically, rags on her. It's a real thing that happens. And
It
so
is,
that's why
but
when I see that, I see it as like he's doing it to be mean on purpose because he knows how much Gangle loved Zubul, but also knows about Gangle's little freaky side and is messing with her to get under her skin because he's,
yeah.
and I quote, the funny one.
I think it was definitely kind of like a classic enemies to lover type thing. Like, I do definitely think he was messing with her, but I kind of think, like, it's one of those, I mean, if you come to my room, you come to my room. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Gangle and that through that door was a bit different than, like, the timid Gangle that we're all used to,
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you noticed, she had the mask on. The one, if you, like, from that episode where they did the fast food one, Zubul gives Gangle this mask that kind of sends her into a manic episode because it can't break. So she can't regulate her emotions the same way. It's like putting a shield over you. And she, at the end of the episode, has to take it off. And she is outside and she's like screaming, crying. And then when she puts it back on, it's like forced happiness. So she's wearing this same mask again in this scene.
Yeah, I think like it's one of those where it obviously could be Zubul meant so much to her and she put that mask on to kind of like not confront her feelings at that moment, and she's kind of back to like that manager position of everything's fine and I'm in control and blah blah blah. And I think Jax kind of knows that's not her.
Yeah.
And kind of decided to like mess with her a bit, like see how far he can push her. But while we're on the subject of Jax, I kind of like that for the last episode, the main character kind of shift from Pomni to Jax, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it was basically confirmed that Pomni is the main character. Obviously, everyone is in the show, but you can clearly tell in the first episode, we fall straight into Pomni entering the circus and her trying to navigate through this new world with everyone. But for the last one, it obviously starts how it usually does with everyone. But as soon as, spoiler again, this whole thing, as soon as Jax abstracts, then we start leaning more towards his perspective of throughout the entire show and what happened to him before, during, and like after, and why he may be the way he is, who he is outside of the circus, or who he kind of is in a weird way. But
yeah,
I kind of like that.
Yeah. There's a lot that I want to cover with Jax and his whole thing going on. First and foremost, I like that they didn't bring him back. Maybe that's nuts to me, but I love that they didn't do that because everyone expected it. Everyone's like, oh, a happy ending, they're going to bring Jax back and everything's going to be hunky-dory. I'm glad that they didn't. And I love the direction they went with him after that. But, because obviously we know he abstracts. Great. That was the first thing on the fucking bingo card. Besides brain scans, that was like one of the first things I thought of, was that, there would be somebody abstracting, and it was either going to be Jax or Ragatha. And the only reason I said Ragatha abstracts was, I thought we were about to, like, get boogled a little bit. And I was like, What if it's
Yeah.
not Jax? What if it's fucking Ragatha? But they kind of gave it away in their posters, where
Mm-hmm.
in the first posters you see Jax like standing away off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that he's going to not stick around, and then he's gonna go and abstract somewhere. Like, and that's exactly what fucking happened. He abstracts, and then they're all sitting there looking at him like, whoa, oh fuck. And like, the worst part is that Pomni's like, I wish I had pried a little bit more. Like, she
Mm-hmm.
blamed herself for not prying into him and his life.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I'm gonna say this, there was no saving him. There wasn't. After Kaufmo, he was done. I mean, we see it in the, I think when, in his backstory,
Mm-hmm.
from his perspective, literally, the way that it's animated, it's from his perspective. After Kaufmo, and you know he's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was, he was going to abstract anyways, and there was no stopping it. It was going to happen eventually. And it's unfortunate, but it definitely plays it out to make it seem like Pomni definitely does blame herself for it.
Yeah, well, Pomni has tried multiple times to even talk to him, and I think the breaking point too, with her kind of realizing maybe this is as far as I get, was the episode when they're playing the game with the guns, and they have that whole dramatic scene. But it's sad to say, but I think that is kind of like the sweet ending for Jax, because if you think about it, in a twisted way, he did kind of cause his two best friends to abstract.
Yeah.
Like,
And
you can, defend him. I know there's some serious like Jax defenders, but at the end of the day, yes, he's gone through a lot, but he was pretty crappy to everyone. He caused two people to abstract, and he was very, very harsh on the rest of the characters around him.
Yeah.
Like, I get that's his shtick, but at the end of the day, like, you can only do that to people for so long before they're kind of like, eh.
Yeah. Like, at some point, they aren't going to want to be around you. And I have something to say about that, too. Especially about, Jax and his backstory and his behavior. I think that his behavior can be explained through what he went through. Hell, you look at, I had to, by the way, I'm going to say this now, today, when I got home after work, I sat down, I put on the show, and I rewatched it. From first episode to the last. And I realized that there was a lot of build-up to what they talk about, especially with Jax. And I see it. He's an angry, angry little kid. And he just, I get it in a way. I understand why he's such a shit and like so angry all the fucking time. He grew up with shitty parents and a mother who took out her anger on him, and he learned that behavior. And when she kind of confused him with this, berating him, laughing at him, and then hugging him, and then him pushing her away so hard that she falls and doesn't get up, that's terrifying. And he runs, he takes off. The behavior makes sense. Why he shared something so deep, and he's scared that Ribbit, am I saying that? Yeah, Ribbit is going to be just like his mother, because that's learned behavior. He's learned that his mom, treated him this way, and now everyone else is going to treat him this way too. Which is why he's like, if you ever tell anybody, I'm never talking to you again. And then he gets really manipulative. I'm not going to defend his actions here, but I know that there's an explanation for him. He was a shit person.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he caused 2 people to abstract. And I won't say that, like, he completely caused Kaufmo to abstract. That, I think he had some part in it, but I don't think that was entirely his fault.
No, I think he was the final push.
Yeah, he was definitely...
He was entirely responsible for Ribbit, and no one can tell me otherwise. He
was
flat out isolated her.
And it caused her to go over the edge, and that was absolutely his fault. And I also want to say he had this part in his backstory where he talked about how he was homeless. And I remember when that happened, man, I was like so close to being like in tears, because I get it. I really do. I've been through that. It's not easy. It's hard having to live in that way and not know when your next meal is going to be, or know if you're ever going to have a warm place to sleep anymore, or have a roof over your head when that is ever going to happen, or if it ever does happen. Am I going to be on the streets forever? Is somebody going to come after me? It's that fear, and I get it, and it sucks living that way.
Well, I think the most tragic part is that Jax in the circus, his mind stops there. But
yeah,
him outside of the circus, his was it Rory?
Something like that.
So real life him, I think his name's Rory. He was able to get himself out of that situation, get a job, and have some friends, and essentially create a new life for himself.
Yeah.
Jax doesn't get to experience that part of himself. So he's kind of stuck in this cycle. And because of that, he essentially causes the downfall of 2 of his best friends, as well as himself. And even when he kind of realizes that at the end, he's like, I don't want to go. It's kind of like that too late mark. But at least we got to see that he didn't want this and that he's sorry, but it's too late.
Yeah. It sucks. It really does. His name was Leroy.
Leroy, not Roy. I don't know where I got Rory from.
It's Roy at the end, Leroy. His name was Leroy Mateo.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk about, this is the one thing that has caused the most argument throughout Jax's story here.
This is almost started wars.
Yeah. So I actually did some research on this topic in particular, and I know I discussed some of it with you, but there was some that I actually didn't discuss because I thought it would be great for the podcast, because I knew we were going to talk about this. Jax is trans. Which everyone in the beginning, it has been speculated that Jax was trans for a while. And then after the last episode, there's a scene where Ribbit takes her bow tie and puts it on Jax's head. And he kind of blushes a little bit, and he gets kind of sweet about it, and then the doorbell rings and he rips it off and throws it on the ground. That scene was basically half confirmation. But if you watch in a different language, according to other people, because some people watched it not in English, some people watched it in Spanish, some people said they watched it in German, there were some people that said they even watched it in Russian. And in those languages, it was actually it was confirmed almost in these other languages that he was transgender. But for some reason in the English version, they're beating around the bush, which is very odd. So for us, it's harder for, I guess, the English audience to understand that, or to kind of come to that conclusion. Not understand, but come to that conclusion, because they didn't make it as obvious in this one. For some reason.
I think it's because they didn't explore it more in the show, so maybe they didn't want to just throw this random wrench in that kind of didn't make sense,
Yeah. And so I'm thinking, because this is still like a huge topic, but Amanda Huford, I think is her name. I don't know who she plays. I could probably look that up.
Why do I want to say like Zubul?
Yeah. Cause oh no, she's Ragatha's VA.
Dang it.
Okay. Who's Zubul's VA? I think that's Ashley. I'm pretty sure. Ashley or ooh, no, Ashley is no, that's okay. I think I'm right. Zubul is Ashley's. Sorry.
Ashley is Zubul's VA.
Ashley Nicholas is Zubul. And I don't remember Gangle's VA's name, but it's there. It's coming to me. It doesn't matter. Point is that Amanda herself has said that Jax is trans, and then kind of made like a comment about the song.
Yeah, I'm assuming that maybe she asked like Goose, or like there was some like question like, hey, is this what I think it is? And they're kind of like, yeah, we just didn't really confirm it in the show.
Yeah. And then there was Gooseworks, who specifically went online, I think on Blue Sky or Twitter, whichever one it was, and said, and I quote, Jax, if she wasn't an asshole or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a picture drawn of Jax
with the little bow.
With a little bow and long hair, and really being real sweet. It was a cute picture. But what gets me is that she said she, which tells me that Jax really is trans. They just don't mention it as directly in the English version as they do the others.
Mm-hmm.
Which I didn't realize, but that is true. And then there's a few other things, like if you look it up, it says yes, Jax is trans, and it's hinted at through the show, and I'm like, well, I only see like maybe one hint, and that would be like how mad he gets with the maid outfit. Like maybe there's like some internalized homophobia or transphobia in there, and he's like, I don't want to wear this, or maybe he sees it as like it's overly feminine. He doesn't like that, and it's like maybe he considers it like offensive. But in the way that he treats it, it almost seems like it's like some internalized homophobia.
Because
I mean, that's okay, but the way that they market him in the maid dress later is crazy. If that's really the case.
Because what I saw was one side, before like all those confirmation stuff came out, was one side of the fan base was like, no, it's so obvious, like he's trans, like Jax is trans, all this blah blah blah. And then the other side is kind of like, unless it's confirmed, he's not trans. Like not every character needs to have that type in it. The cast, like, stop trying to force something on a character if it's not confirmed just to satisfy your needs, which I heard both sides. I was kind of like calculating in my head, like, because at first I thought Jax was gay, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of leading to like, oh, Jax is gay. Oh, like Jax and Zubul, two gays battling against each other. Woo!
Yeah. You know what? Because they make a comment in that episode with the guns, where they all shoot each other, where he says, that's exactly what we need. A straight couple. Like, I'm sorry. I was expecting him to be like gay or something. I don't know.
I know, and I think some people were kind of like, just because you think someone's gay and they're a bit feminine doesn't automatically mean they're trans. And there are some people that are kind of like, if it's not confirmed, stop forcing your stuff on a fandom. But then all this stuff came out where even Goose was like, this is Jax if she, and then that one voice actor is like, yeah, it's confirmed, which is totally fine. I think some people were kind of like, it's not confirmed, so stop pushing it. Like, until we hear about it, like, we got your opinion, but like, enough. But I mean, honestly, people, these are characters in a digital circus. Like, they're not technically at this point, they're not real people, but I get the divide. But at the end of the day, they're essentially avatars of these brain scans. Like, come on, I mean, not everyone can be Zubul where they're out and open. Like, yeah, I like you.
Like, they're great. I love Zubul. Zubul's actually, I'm gonna say this, Zubul's my favorite character. By far.
Zubul gets a lot of hate.
I know. But so far, Zubul is my favorite, and I relate to Zubul the most, I think, out of every character besides, I don't know, this is going to sound so bad, besides Jax. And the only way I relate to Jax is his backstory and also the fact that he's trans, which is kind of new information. But Zubul, I relate to the most. They've got this, especially with the body dysmorphia portion, like, I relate to that. That is, like, never feeling like yourself, even with all these pieces, and you can put yourself together, and it's almost like it's never you.
That's why I think her design is technically the best, because it fits with that implication.
Yeah, like, it's, everyone has their gimmicks. And that's, I think, what gets me the most, is that everybody has their gimmicks. I know that Pomni's is, like, she's the jester. I don't know what that is. Like, everyone's based off of some sort of toy that has some sort of gimmick. Except for Gangle, I guess. Gangle's the only one who's not based off a toy.
Yeah. I guess, like, Pomni is kind of like, I guess we'll say, like, the fool. You know? Yeah.
Like,
she is a jester, but jesters are also called the fool, and, you know.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. But, like, Gangle's whole thing is that she has a happy mask and a sad mask. And the happy mask is literally hiding her depression and her how sad she is all the time. And it breaks very easily, kind of symbolizing the fact that, like, she's, again, depressed. And it flip-flops very easily. Anything could set you up, and I get that. I relate to that. But the one that I relate to most is Zubul, in her way of, you know, having all these removable pieces, not being able to decide what feels like, you know, feels like them more. But I love the direction they went with Zubul. I just wish that they had done some more, I guess, screen time with Zubul. I mean, Zubul's biggest thing was saying "holy shit" in the second to last episode.
That was so funny. I love that.
Because Zubul's whole thing is basically chalked up to the one who swears too much. Um, and I don't like that. Like, there's some things that they could have gone into, but they basically just were like, no, Zubal's just there. You know, they're just
Well, that and
there.
she always
All the rest,
refused to go on adventures.
yeah. Which
So we never saw her.
Yeah. It, like, they have, I don't know. It just did a bit. Oh, jeez. Okay. It upsets me a little bit that they didn't get as much screen time as they deserved, but the voice actor Ashley, great. Mwah. Has a lot of different voice acting pieces that they've done, like Hazbin Hotel, Lackadaisy, Ollie and
Really?
Scoops. Yeah, they were
Who
the
were they in
pilot.
Hazbin?
Let me double check. I don't want to.
Were they Vaggy?
They might have been.
Because there were not a lot of voices in the pilot.
Let me double check.
While you're doing that, I think my favorite and most impactful scene in the finale was when Gangle admitted to saying, like, I can't cry for him. Like, I can't cry for Jax. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. Like, the one time Gangle does not cry is when Jax abstracts. And she's like, I'm sorry, but I can't cry for him. I have no tears for him.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, did Ashley... Yeah, okay, anyways. I do agree with that. I think that scene is very impactful where she's like, why can't I cry for him? And then they say nothing else.
Yeah.
It is... I think that shows a lot because you gotta remember, if you go back and you watch the show, Gangle is constantly abused throughout the whole show. In fact, if you had watched the show while it was going on, there are small clips where if you remember the episode with the favorite character awards, the end scene, there's an end credits scene where Kane is behind the curtain and he's, let's see who actually voted for me, and nobody voted for Kane. But there was a poll almost, and they had like these videos that were like, vote for me. I don't know if they're still up, but in Gangles, fucking Jack shows up and basically manipulates her and forces her to say, don't vote for me. Even then, he is manipulating her and treating her like shit. There's a scene that we see in the movie where he actually names her Gangle because he finds her so pathetic.
Exactly. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I get it. Jax had a terrible background, but so did a lot of other people. Like, so did a lot of the other characters. But, like, he was borderline abusive to, especially to Gangle.
Yeah. Like, oh my god. And, like, if you think about Gangle's situation, which I don't know, oh my god, like, thinking about it kind of like gives me chills. If we're gonna talk about Gangle, this is what I have to say about Gangle in particular. There's a scene in the episode where she's the manager at the fast food restaurant, Spudsy's. At the very end, she walks out into traffic and she kind of falls backwards and a giant truck hits her. That happened for fucking real. When they talk about that she was in the hospital and that she's recovering because she was hit by a truck. He put that in the episode. Or in their, like, adventure. Gangle getting hit by a truck. Like,
it was so dark.
So why would he fucking do that? And then in the episode where he goes kind of ballistic, and he says, I'm gonna put you freaks in your place, and he fucking, everyone gets beaten up by, like, basically the worst things that have happened to them. Like, um, or like their fears or whatever. Like, Jack's being pulled apart, by all his friends, like, seeing what's underneath, what's
Mm-hmm.
really inside. We got Zubul, she's sinking into a pile of her own pieces, and she's looking up into a mirror for help, trying to grab, but the mirror is reversed and it doesn't look like her anymore. And I want to say Pomni, she was getting ripped to pieces by
By
her
gummy
gummy
goo.
boyfriend and his friends. And
Okay, but I think Ragatha had the scariest one.
yeah, Ragatha, where her mom is shoving knives into her. That's nuts. And then Gangle, she's being sat in front of basically what is these turning things of, like, her happy mask and her sad mask, and they're melting, and then suddenly out of nowhere a truck comes in.
It's Truck-kun. It's Truck-kun.
It's very, this show is so well done, but I don't know, but that was nuts. The whole thing about her being hit by a truck.
Yeah.
And the fact that he played into it, by the way, and, like, made it happen to her during one of the adventures, and she's
But
just sitting
hey,
there like, oh my god.
that's pre-redemption, though.
Yeah.
That's pre-redemption.
My god.
But I know some people were shocked with the ending. I know some people were kind of, like, disappointed, but I don't know how else they expected it to end. Like,
No. And honestly, you know what? I'm so happy that they just went on and lived basically normal lives in the circus, where they accepted that they were never going to get out and that they could make the circus into something they enjoy.
yeah.
And when Kane comes back, I will say this. He comes back and he makes this comment of, I don't have the same power as before. And that's, he rids himself of this other AI. Who, by the way, my theory is that it's still Bubble. Because Bubble is never seen after that. So, and I feel like they made it clear that it was Bubble. Because
that and it's blue, and Bubble's kind of like blue.
Yep. And Bubble's never seen after that episode. Like, he could have made an appearance, because even in the serious episode, like the last one, where he's like basically tearing everybody apart, Bubble is still there, making comments and saying weird things, like going blah, 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 and like saying like, I'm having a boy bee, and then like a little baby Bubble comes flying out. Like, he was still there being goofy. And even afterward, he wasn't there. He could have just been floating or anything, but they made a point of not putting him back in the episode or even in the end credits. So I think that says a lot about Bubble and who he really was. And the fact that in that second to last episode, he told Kane that he ruined us and that he was the lesser of the two. Like, he was the other AI. That's my opinion. Obviously, no one has to listen to me, but is that I think Bubble was the other AI, and when he released him, he didn't have that same power anymore. And Bubble wasn't there to influence him or make him feel or think a certain way.
Yeah.
Because Bubble definitely caused some issues in that other episode. I feel like if he hadn't sat there and been like, you ruined this, it's all your fault, you should die, or whatever it was, he could have realized sooner what he was doing was wrong. But Bubble was the push, like the button.
Well, even some of their
Um,
interactions, it's Bubble doing something crazy or saying something out of whack, and Kane kind of goes like, "What's wrong with you? Like, why are you like this?"
yeah, like as if he's like his own thing. So
Yeah,
I'm going to assume that Bubble is the other AI. Um,
I think it's pretty safe to say that. I feel like it. I feel a lot of people also think that.
yeah,
It's the only logical explanation. Like,
yeah, and um, I love that he comes back. He doesn't have the same powers before, and that allows him to kind of understand and be with them and kind of show them like, hey, you know, I can be trusted. I promise. Like, I'm not gonna like I'll help you whatever you need, but you need to tell me what you want. Like, I'm not gonna just do it for you anymore. And even
well,
like when he makes something for them, and then he makes stuff for them all the time. But the big thing was that he said, when if you want, basically he said that, like, join me by the stage whenever you want, if you want, and gave him a choice instead of just snapping his fingers and popping everybody into the room and saying, sit down on my couch and watch my little movie I made for you. Like, he gave him a choice, and I like that.
well,
And
I think once he kind of quote broke the fourth wall and kind of learned what he is, what this place is, and who they, I'll say, were or like are now. I think he
yeah,
kind of realized like I've been doing this all wrong.
yeah,
Which he had his little redemption. I'm so happy for him because honestly, like I've always liked Kane, but there were moments where I'm like, okay, even he's a little too much for me. But I
yeah,
really love single cell Kane, not multi cell Kane.
yeah,
Because like even like the after credits, like he's kind of like a dad now. Like he gets so excited when they do stuff.
yeah.
When
I
Ragatha hit that home run, he was so happy. When Zubul made a drink for him, he was like, "For me, oh my god!" Like when they were playing
yeah,
D&D, he was so enthralled with learning it, and like Gangle was having so much fun, and it was so cute. He is basically a dad now.
yeah. And he's making friends. Like, he's actually friends with people in the circus. Like, he's not just like the ringmaster anymore. He is
Yeah,
a circus member.
he's not
And
quote God anymore.
yeah, and I think that's awesome. And I think that it's really nice that they made it that way, because King loved them. He always did. Like that, you can't look at the show and say that Kane didn't love his people. It was, even if he thought of himself as the ringmaster and like God, he still really loved them. But he
Yeah,
just wasn't showing it in a manner that really benefited the other party. He was doing, like, I make all these things for them, I give them all these gifts, and I make all these adventures for them, and they spit in my face. Like, he is only seeing that, the gifts he's giving and how much work he's putting into it, not how they're receiving the gifts, how the gifts are making them feel. And he is not seeing it in a way of that, how they would feel about it. And I think it's nice that he gets to come in now and realize where he went wrong. Even when he was deleted, we get confirmation from Kane's voice actor saying that the reason when he goes, wait, like right before he's deleted, is he realizes that he was wrong. He shouldn't be doing this. But
yeah.
before he can do anything, he's deleted. And he's in there and he's like, where the fuck am I? Was I that bad that they had to delete me? Oh my god. Like, he knows what he did wrong. He knew immediately. As soon as he ended up there, he knew he did wrong.
Yeah, it definitely needs to happen. Unfortunately, that it's kind of like a life lesson that needs to happen to him.
Yeah. I'm glad it happened. Because I'm going to say Kane's my favorite character besides Zubul. Zubul and Kane are my favorites. And I love Kane a lot. And I'm glad that he got to come back. And I think if he didn't, the story would have been a little bit incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
Because, why wouldn't he come back? Like, at some point he was going to have to come back.
Yeah.
But they did it in such a manner of, like, he was watching from afar. And you can kind of tell when he gets back. I don't know if you notice, but as it goes on, suddenly there's color again. When he's gone, there's no color, but suddenly there's color again, like halfway through after he's been so
because he's essentially the life of the circus. Like, without him, there's nothing.
Yeah, and as soon as he comes back, it's like the color comes back. He was definitely watching from afar for a while, watching them build this tent for him, for Jax, after he abstracted. And anyways, the whole show was great, and I'm so happy about the direction.
Yeah, it is a little bittersweet that it ended, but yeah, another good show done and over with. I kind of hope I see more shows from that studio. I would like to see what they come up with next, because obviously they know how to write a good storyline, a good characters.
Yeah. See, this was the first show from Glitch Productions I had ever watched, which means I think I need to watch, like, everyone is saying, like, Murder Drones, so I think I need to watch Murder Drones. There's, I guess, a lot that I have to look at.
Yeah, hopefully, I hope studios will look at, even just in general, like YouTube animations, and take them more seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen what has happened lately. You know, like Has-Been and Hell of a Boss have picked up very well, and now Digital Circus. You know, that's on Netflix. It was in theaters, so I hope more studios kind of keep an eye out for stuff like that, because I think that's what people want.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm people. I want that. I want to see artists start out from there and get picked up, and they just can continue to climb and build up from there.
Yeah. No, that would be perfect. I agree with that.
You know, not leave us unfinished like some people I know.
Right. You know, that wasn't my fault.
No, I haven't decided yet if our friendship's still continuing or not after 10 years.
No, please.
I have like 2 months to think about that, so.
2 months? What do you mean 2 months?
Well, we met at the beginning of sophomore year, and that was in August.
Oh, that's right.
So,
okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be 10 years.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the lifespan of a child.
Oh, wonderful.
I know.
Oh,
that's so crazy.
Please don't not be my friend anymore. Who would I talk to? Who would I do this podcast with?
Who can I do Kane impressions to?
Who would I do my Mort impressions to?
Who can I Google in my spare time?
Who would I, am I gonna have to like we're gonna have to like take our podcast and like do a podcast divorce or something? Like, I don't want to do that.
Are we gonna like do like pull a sideman and do like diss tracks on each other, and then
no, not the diss tracks.
Yeah, the diss tracks.
Our diss tracks are yours are gonna be consistent of just like being mad at me for sending videos and pictures of bears to you.
Basically, how you show me incomplete shows and gaslight me so hard about shows. Yes.
Yeah.
No, oh my gosh. Well, maybe we'll be back for another episode. Who knows? I haven't decided yet. But
I guess we'll see.
Let us know what you guys thought of the finale of the amazing, spectacular Digital Circus, and hopefully we'll have another show to just obsess over.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I haven't decided yet. Maybe we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
But until then, stay amazing. Bye.
Goodbye.